Hello, hello. Sorry, you know how I am. I gotta make sure everything's going good. Just give me one moment here. I had to replace a light, so I do apologize. And let me just make sure I put my sound on. Yes, okay, sound's on. There we go. No, and I am sorry for running late. I swear it's not me just being a jerk. I just get really, really worried about things being on time, well, not on time, or running well, and of course, there's other things that suffer as a consequence. I did try a new little layout, so there's supposed to be a little chat box now, but doesn't look like that's going down. So I'll just remove that. Oh, of course, now it works. Okay, 1 second. Yes, again, I am so sorry I'm late. And just give me a moment. I just want to do some last minute fix-ups. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was time for a chat box. I still have to like look over at like my double screen here, but such is life. I think I might have it working a little bit better now. It looks like with Vortex there was some issues with like Windows security and all that BS. So I'm hoping it's a little bit better now. So yeah, and if not, I don't want to take like another break, so we'll see how it goes. All right, but let's do what we all came for. But how is everybody's week? I know it's Friday, it's time for the weekend. And okay, so we're gonna send Eddie off. Looks like last time we played, it didn't save properly because we had a game crash. Shocking with New Vegas. Okay, but yeah, here we go. Go on, get. Hi, Dalek Scaro. I'm doing really well. I had to replace a lamp, and I had to set up a new one, and it was not fun. And then I was like, I need a little chat overlay, and I was trying to get that done in time, but I always get too nervous that my sound and all of that isn't good, and I want to make sure that whatever y'all are listening to, it's gonna be worth it for you, because I mean, you're giving me your time. I want to make sure you at least have a decent stream that I can give you, but I am sorry again for being late. But other than that, I'm okay. No complaints. Spreading the love of the Legion. Okay, so let's get talking to the king. Let him know that Rex can be repaired.
What can the king do for you?
Okay. Julie Farkas said a man in Jacobstown can treat Rex.
She said what? Why didn't she just say so when I was there? Actually, come to think of it, I was pretty angry when I went down there. I vaguely recall something about upending a few tables, maybe knocking out one of her doctors. Anyway, that's incredible news. Only thing is, there's too much going on around here for me to make a trip like that. And I need all of my guys just to keep things settled here. You seem to be awfully interested in my boy Rex here, and you've done some good work for me already. I'll tell you what, you promised to get Rexy here to that doctor, and I'll lend him to you. What do you say?
All right, absolutely. I'll see that he gets better.
I can't thank you enough. Now, there's a few things you should know about old Rex here if you're going to be traveling together. First, he hates rats. Can't stand the things. Giant rats, mole rats, doesn't matter. He catches a whiff of one, and he's off like a shot after him. He's normally pretty obedient, but you might have to chase him some if he goes after one of the little varmints. Second, he doesn't like hats, or the people wearing them. Don't ask. I have no idea why. Maybe because it rhymes with rats. That should be it, though. Other than the occasional bad spot when his brain starts hurting him, that is. But I'm hoping you'll see to that. I wish you both luck. Take care of my Rex now, you hear? Rex, this is your new master. Protect her as you would me.
I will do a Discord if, you know, enough people have interest in it. I did finish making the next part of my normal walkthrough as well, and I got my special title cards made out, so that'll be out soon too. Oh, we got to make sure Rex is coming with us. Now, before when I tried to analyze it and read it out loud, it went by really fast.
Hey, word is the leader of the Fiends got taken down. I would have done it myself.
So anything ending in at Rex, no like? I don't know what you mean by that.
Personal space meaning anything to you, lady?
Can you back off? I'm trying to look at this dog buddy. But Rex does have a Legion Bull painted on him. And we can see his brain is not doing the best right now, but Rex and I can relate to that. Poor buddy. We'll just have a little chit-chat with him. My poor boy. How are you feeling? All right, I want to take a closer look at you. Okay, let's just go through this just so we can at least get the description taken care of. All right, so we can see that the bull is recent, although it is fading, which Caesar's Legion has been around, what, at least 20 years. So, yeah. That makes sense, and especially for Rex, who is a pre-war puppy, that is recent for him. Oh, rat hat. Yeah, probably. His brain, it looks sickly, and the gel doesn't look that much better. His mechanical parts. He is battered, scorched, and it's amazing any other part of him, like the biological parts of him, are still going. But how could you not with that good boy? All right, so I am going to take Rex around with this playthrough because how can I not? Oh, I like his little canine unit there too. But Rex is like us and he charges headfirst into combat. So I say we go get Raoul so we at least have some kind of backup. Because we're going to need it. Like a lot. Okay. And let me just check what we have in terms of quests. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get Raoul, and then what we're gonna do after that is we're gonna start heading to Jacobstown. And it was a while back that we met Neil, who is a friend of Marcus, who we know runs Jacobstown. And also, oh, here we go, and it starts. One moment, here we go. Gosh. Give me just 1 second here. Hey, come on. Again, it's not New Vegas without crashing. I think it'd be RAR, but that sounds like back in the old emo days. You know, where it was, oh, RAR means I love you in Dinosaur. Yes, crash count is at 1. I will not be happy. Because this only happens when I'm streaming, not when I'm recording or actually playing the game. So that makes no sense. Sorry again, just give me a minute. Oh, thank you, Dalek. That makes me feel a little bit better. I hate being that person. And sorry again, I know you're just looking at me and my blank screen. But I'm gonna see if maybe I can get this going. You know what I need? I need to be one of those Twitch ladies with a bunch of the stuffed animals in the back, because they never seem to crash. Thank goodness it's not the computer itself, it's New Vegas. All right, again, I am sorry, but we're gonna do this. Or else. I don't know what else. I'll just restart it again. We'll be dealing with we'll be dealing with crashes. Ooh. All right, let's try this again. And if not, we can always just blame Beartooth because he is a mod, and there we go. You know what? It probably is someone from the NCR, especially because I did sabotage their stuff, so... I mean, it's fair.
I heard that some of the bosses of the Fiends were killed. Wouldn't be surprised if the...
I mean, yeah. I mean... I would too if I were them and I was a degenerate, but yeah, there we go.
NCR had something to do.
Okay. You stay. You know what, though? At least I can just blame this on the game and just be like, oh, I mean, it's New Vegas. It just totally works.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Nick and Ralph's.
Hey.
Okay, so let's go to Raoul's place. We actually have to go at the opposite side of the map here. Come on, buddy.
Oh, it's you. You need something repaired or something?
Actually, do you want to tag along with me?
Anything's better than staying here. Let's go.
So with this particular run, we are going to definitely be doing Lonesome Road. I don't know about Honest Hearts yet. Dead Money, I'm not too sure yet. I might save the other DLCs for the different types of runs. But the female courier with the Lonesome Road dialogue is just too good. again, you pretty much get to say straight to Ulysses' face, you have no dick, because he's like, well, you're a lady and you're missing some parts that they normally require. And you just pretty much look right at him and say, oh, they let you in, didn't they? And of course, I'm saying it in a much less sassy way, but yeah. But I just think of that scene from Ghostbusters where, yes, sir, it's true, this man has no dick. We can only all wish to be Bill Murray. Now, with... I would like to do Dead Money, but it takes a lot to get me angry or frustrated. I mean, a lot. That game makes me want to take a bite out of my screen, or that DLC. And again, I can say honestly, I've never like thrown anything in anger, but that one, I came pretty darn close to it, just with all the beeps, and they suddenly decided to make it platforming. And I will say, if I do Dead Money, I do the same ending every time, and that is, I'm not giving up a single gold bar. I take every single gold bar, and I don't cheat to do it either. Yeah, that, oh, leave it all behind, my ass. They're not the ones who had to do it. Now, we do have the Purifier perk, which does extend to Dead Money, and I also think it extends to Lonesome Road with the Marked Men as well. So, I mean, if we do that, we're pretty dandy. But the first time I played Dead Money, I don't think I put anything in melee. I was just all charisma. So when all of a sudden I have no bullets, and apparently my companions just watched as a giant super mutant dragged me away, but to be fair, what else could they do? Yeah, I was pretty mad. But Dean Domino is just so worth it. He's just kept alive strictly through bitchiness and spite. And everyone knows Lonesome Road, even if you've never played the game of bear and bull, bull and bear. I mean, really, it has like a good story, but I remember the first time I played it, I was like, I have no idea what's happening. And all of a sudden, next thing I knew was I am beating up a guy, or at least was trying to beat up a guy, with a really cool flagpole. All right, I'm gonna save before I fast travel now. Unfortunately, it's not letting me do a quick save because I am playing with a controller, and even if I hit the fast save, it's just not letting me do it. So, the things y'all put up with. Now, one of my favorite things I like to do is, if I'm just like running through the Wasteland, there's actually a little console command you can do where if you click on the Brahmin, you can actually just type in resurrect and they come back to life, which is great. It makes me feel better because they're so darn cute. Am I going the right way? You know, I swear, men get all the crap when it comes to asking for directions. It really should be me. Can't parallel park, I don't know my directions. But I am one hell of a good baker. There's that. Okay. And it's getting closer to Christmas, and I'm wicked excited for that because I am a Christmas and Halloween junkie. I mean, it's bad. Hi, happy Friday, Hermos. It's been a while since I got to see you. I had to sleep in late, and I didn't get the game running till later. Well, hello there, Eastern Orthodox femboy. Happy Femboy Friday. Okay. So, just a heads up is I thought I got most of the crash issues fixed. And of course, as soon as I said that, it seems to really only be happening when I fast travel. And it looks like it's something with Windows and the new update. Even if you start up Vortex now, it kind of gives you that heads up where it's saying, hey, we're aware of the issues. There you go. And again, I am sorry about that. But I did want to bring you a good New Vegas experience. That's what I'm going to go with. This is still a very quality live stream. I was about to say live stream, but this is not Final Fantasy VII. I have not played the remake either, but that original was so good. And for those who might be waiting, again, for any new people, I think it's part 8. Part 7 or part 8 of the, I guess you would say like video on demand or actual walkthrough. That will be out soon. I just had to make some title cards, and with everything going on, it just took me a bit. I do notice though with when anyone talks about the Legion, and it's not in terms of calling people who play them as like some savages in real life, it's either run as like a serious state or it's like a late night talk show with femboys and furries. Ooh, what do we have here? I'm gonna go pick the lock. Or not. Oh, no, not lake lurkers. Yes, the Legion is based. And I do love the Legion. Like, I love to play as them. You know what? I am going to... Oh yeah, I didn't put that new mod in. We're gonna wear a jumpsuit. The mod that I had advanced that clothing armor. And it was like at a level 6. I always try to make sure I just have to update that mod list. I hate lake lurkers, they suck. But they are so much fun to play, even when so much of their content was cut. I do like that some people like have gone through the Fallout Bible and have kind of just made like mods like based off what they've seen. I wish we could kind of find out more with Joshua Graham, like Ave, true to Kaisar. He is the son of Mars after all.
I'm looking.
Which is interesting because he uses a bull, which is the symbol of Jupiter, or in Greek mythology, the symbol of Zeus. And Mars is, of course, Aries, and his daddy is Zeus, so, you know, he's using his granddad's symbol. Yes, I know. Always actual pronunciation of Latin versus the bastardized version that we have now. And we do say Kaisar, you know, and that is where we get the words like Tsar and the Eastern Orthodox Empire emperor from.
I'm actually still alive. Who would have guessed?
I mean, you've been alive since after the war, dude. I've had some people actually ask me if I'm Catholic just because I know like some of the differences like between Latin, which that's not anything bad to say, and that's not like a bragging point. I just realized how that might have sounded, but no, I am not. Actually, seeing as the Eastern Orthodox femboys there, I was raised at first Greek Orthodox. But yeah, ooh, okay. We got some water there. Surely we won't find a bunch of lake lurkers. But if you actually want to hear some like really good lessons on like proper Latin pronunciation and just actually really good Roman history in general, go to Metatron. He's pretty good. Ooh, I don't think I've ever been in this spot, or if I have. Oh, Hermos, you drive safe or travel safe and have a good day at work. I'd like to play for like at least an hour. You know, at least get to Jacobstown and do what we gotta do there. Come on, get out of there, get out. I hate that attack that they have. I swear, it's almost worse than Cazador's. Ugh. They must stink so bad. Okay, I'm still seeing a red guy. Come on. Now I'm just thinking that I need to watch HBO's Rome again because that is such a good show. Pushy. Okay. Again, you always find something new with this game. Whoa, okay. Alright, are we gonna get out of here? I think we're good.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Oh, Roman Catholic. Now I'm just thinking of the Monty Python song.
Guess my eyes.
The every sperm is sacred because it starts out with I'm a Roman Catholic. Whoa. Is this part of the Wasteland, Perk?
Wow, I'm actually still alive.
Good boy, Rex. Okay, let's get out of here. I got pushy. I think I'm good. Too bad we can't find any rubies. That would be pretty rad. Well, he belongs to the king, you know, Elvis, so his name, of course, is gonna also be King. But, you can tell a lot by, well, how should I put this? For a good chunk of the game, you can tell where someone's loyalties lie just by the way they pronounce Caesar or Kaiser, just by the way they speak Latin. If they speak actual proper classical Latin with K's and saying wa instead of the, such as Vulpus instead of Vulpus, usually they're a member of the Legion. But a lot of the early members, too, of the Legion, you can still see that they kept their old names. Well, then you don't have to care. It's okay. Didn't that gang come about? Yeah, actually the building that we were in is from the old Elvis Schools of Impersonation. We could actually ask the king about that, but I decided not to. But there is quite a bit to explore up here. In terms of enemies, you're really not going to get much except for, oh, like praying mantises, maybe some bighorners, but we do have the animal friend perk, which is gonna make when we have to run into the giant den of night stalkers pretty awesome, because I do love me some rattlers. They're puppies and rattlesnakes. It's rad. Your great aunt had good taste. I guess Elvis and Johnny Cash actually used to do a buttload of speed together. Which, I have to say, honestly, even, especially at my elder age, and I know I look younger, but Don't do drugs. They're bad. But I gotta be honest, if I was given the opportunity to chill with Johnny Cash high in a bush eating a piece of cake, I'd take it. And in case you didn't know, Elvis Presley also died on the toilet. That poor man was constipated beyond words. I'm sorry, this is not turning into a classy stream. It's like me, you know, or other people being totally normal. Me, you want to know some information about serial killers and Elvis Presley's constipation? I thought so. Usually around here, there's a whole bunch of praying mantises. I don't know if they're not out right now because it's at night. So I actually have an original Marty Robbins record. It's pretty cool. I'm a unique form of classy. Oh, God. Now I'm just thinking of Little Red Corvette by Prince. All right, let's just get to Jacobstown. Listen, no one's iron is that big, hence the name. So, with the Legion, you're not gonna... Depending on how we play our cards, we're not gonna be very good friends with Veronica, unfortunately. That was the cool thing with Elvis, is he's both blues, country, and rock. And I'd really put him as, like, where the hell am I? Really a good original rock and roll, like, what the embodiment of that is. Okay, can I maintain you yet with something else? No? Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. We are gonna go this way. Now, there's a amazing track. Well, I want to say it's like a video, because that's what it is, though. And it's not the highest quality, but it's John Denver and Johnny Cash singing Country Roads. And I guess it was just an impromptu thing by them. So unfortunately, we didn't really get much of a high quality, but that was probably one of the best mixes I've ever heard. But if you like Elvis, too, you might also like Jim Croce, because he kind of has that... I don't want to say, like, the pace of Elvis, but kind of singing about the same stuff. I'm actually going to wait till daytime real fast, just so we can actually get to enjoy this place in the light. Sorry, my can just snapped at me, and I was like... Okay. A little goblin dart as a punching bag, and hopefully you would thank her after. I don't even have one of those, and I'd be honored. But she is a little bit whiny for my tastes, and I say that as someone who's chronically complaining. Oh, I just feel weirded out in the vault suit, but it's what we got right now, and I'm not running back to Novak. All right, and up here, one of my personal favorite places, where we also get a really awesome companion as well. And I feel if it wasn't for her voice, she would be known as probably one of the most tragic characters in video games.
Welcome to Jacobstown, human. You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here.
Based mutants. Okay, I'm looking for Dr. Henry.
Doc's inside the lodge.
Okay, and again, for anyone who might have forgotten, Marcus is actually a companion in Fallout 2, I believe. Or Fallout 1. I'm pretty sure it's Fallout 2. Well, I usually have her end up joining the Followers of the Apocalypse. I just like them personally. Okay. Alright, well, let's go through. So why do some of the mutants here dislike the NCR? We know why, but Ash doesn't.
A lot of bad blood between super mutants and humans. Goes back years. Some here still got the scars and memories. Me? I don't really have a problem with the NCR.
Oh, you mean
Set
with
their
Lily?
sights a
I do
little
the
too
same
high
thing.
sometimes,
Half
but
doses.
They try. Legion? That's another story.
Alright, well, what do you know about the Legion?
Kaisar thinks he can change human nature. Most of the Legion is following Kaisar, not Kaisar's ideals. When he's gone, it'll crumble. Might not happen overnight. Might take a few decades, but it'll happen. Basic human nature. Greed, ambition, jealousy. We'll see to it.
So, you could do what the actual Claudians did and just blame some chick named Livia. That's pretty much what they all did. But, I mean, that could be said about anyone. When you have a cult of personality, the big thing is you want to make your successor a cult of personality as well. Unless you do what the actual Julius Caesar did and, you know, just get someone completely out of the blue, which is who Caesar, Augustus, or Octavian was. The mutant from Miguel's pawn shop, he's great. Long live the master. Well, yeah, you'll live a long time, but you don't have a future because you're going to be completely sterile. So, what do you think makes the NCR too ambitious?
They expand. Fast. If you got land they want, they'll take it. Eventually. Did it out west, they'll do it here. They keep rolling over people. They'll regret it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how revolutions start.
The big problem I would say I personally have with the NCR is I think they're just as bad in terms of the Legion. They just have better propaganda about it. But yeah. At least with the Legion, I mean, they say they're gonna, if you're an enemy, they're gonna destroy you. And they're not hiding behind, oh, but we're the good guys, you know? It is what it is. But yeah. Anything else you can tell me about the NCR?
Seen them grow from a
Oh my gosh, if you know a good channel,
Shady
totally promote it. I am not someone who gets mad at that.
For the most part.
All right. Well, do you have any dealings with New Vegas?
Not really. Heard it's a paradise in the Wasteland. Never been there myself. Doubt they'd let a mutant in. Amazes me people would come from all over the waste to throw away everything they've got in that town.
All right, so let's talk about something else.
All right.
If you want some really good Roman history, look up some of their pet cemeteries that they have there. All right, and we know there's a lot wrong with the Nightkin, but let's ask, well, what's wrong with the Nightkin?
Nightkin suffers schizophrenia from the stealth boys they're always using. One of the reasons I settled Jacobstown was so they could be cured. While they're in town, the Nightkin aren't allowed to have stealth boys, so their craziness doesn't get worse. Trouble is, the Nightkin don't like being visible either. They don't take being exposed too well.
All right. Well, are there any other town rules that I need to know?
Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fights or steal anything. We'll treat you fair. Not a lot to ask.
All right, well, I had some more questions about Jacobstown, and he's right, that's not a lot to ask. We can go by that.
Such as?
Okay, so what's the history of Jacobstown?
Was a resort pre-war. I renamed it to Jacobstown after
The Byzantines were
an old
pretty
friend.
cool. I like them.
Died a long time ago. I figured us mutants needed a place to call our own. Town's far enough away from humans so they don't bother us.
Oh my
much.
gosh.
One of these days I'm hoping we can trade with the rest of the
I don't want to
Wasteland.
care for the
No
Nightkin.
more
I
fighting,
want
just
pictures of Spider-Man.
Get along.
Marshall's son no more. I do dig that. All right, so how does the town support itself?
Bighorners. Good eating. And we can trade the hides. Got a lot of wild ones around here, so it's easy to restock the herd.
All right, and I'd like to know more about you. I always forget the name of this actor. I want to say Michael Dorif, but I feel like I'm mixing that name up with Brad Dourif. But I know who he is, even though I'm not a fan of Next Generation, Star Trek original series, 100%. I like that they even kept the same voice actor. That's just awesome.
Was part of a super mutant army. Ran a town, walked the wasteland with a tribal. Now I'm here.
And of course, he's talking about the Chosen One from Fallout 2. So, Super Mutant Army.
Long story, so here's the short version. The Master created the super mutants and Nightkin. The Master thought he could unify everyone. No more differences, no more war. It didn't end well.
You were a mayor?
Town was Broken Hills. Bunch of super mutants, humans, and ghouls all living together peacefully. Well, most of the time.
I mean, humans just living with humans don't get along most of the time. So, tell me more about the tribal.
We were looking for a Gek to save the village of Arroyo. Eventually, we did. Nuked an oil rig in the process. We went separate ways after that. I went east into the Rockies looking for other mutants like myself. Don't know what happened to my friend. I got a feeling it turned out all right in the end.
I think the Chosen One was okay too. All right, so we're gonna head on out.
See you.
And just give me a moment, I'm just gonna switch my headphones. Unfortunately, these ones have a problem with getting too hot. There we go. Hey you better be connected. Why are you not connected? Un momento, por favor. Oh, and that's not what I wanted to do, but I did it. All right, sorry about that. Just give me one more second here. But with Star Trek, I just like the idealism, especially of the original. It was just great. Come on, you. The millennials. Isn't the millennials kind of out of vogue now, I guess? And sorry, gonna get this just rebooted back up. It is not a Courier Jackalope stream unless there is just some shenanigans. There we go.
Just putting this out there, boss. If these super mutants kidnap us and force us to fix toasters for them, it's on you.
Yeah, that's understandable. He's a little traumatized, but, you know, we can understand that.
Stupid big horners were making noise all night again.
I do love Dante's Inferno. It's the ultimate Bible fan fiction. There's supposed to be a lake here. That just totally is not here. I could be wrong. Give to Caesar's what is Caesar's, and to God what is God. All right, let's chat with Lily. Again, Lily, she's wonderful. All right, and is everyone hearing me okay? I'm just getting a heads up from YouTube that my audio might be a little bit low. Okay, cool.
Jimmy, little Jimmy, my, how you're grown up. So good of you to come visit your grandma.
All right, so I never met my grandma, and my other one I did not really know too well. So Lily, and this is gonna sound so strange, especially coming from like a woman my age, Lily is my other grandma. So who's Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy, don't you go being silly now. Come over here and give your grandma some sugar.
Oh, well, I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oh, of course I have, dearie. How silly of me. I didn't take my medicine yet today. How can I help you?
Oh, okay. I love that she has a little flower, too. It's just so cute. So what do you do in Jacobstown?
I watch over the big horners. They're sweet, gentle creatures, but sometimes they get ornery, just like my grandkids.
This also kind of reminds me of The Water Boy with, Mama says alligators are so ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. All right, so that's all we can get from Lily for now.
Talk to you soon, dear.
And you might hear my puppies walking around too. My one dog's mad at me because I had to put her on a diet.
Need to tighten up my vices again. Better watch out. Lily's been babbling about her grandkids again. Spotted some humans down the road. Could be great cons again.
Well, yeah, that is a good reason for your name. All right, now we're gonna go talk to Doc Henry.
Another human. One was enough. Bother
Fiend.
someone else. I don't want anything to do with you.
All right. So, do you have a problem with humans?
Humans are always staring at things. We Nightkin don't like being stared at. Is uncomfortable.
All right. Okay, guys, it's cool to talk about whatever in this chat. I'm fine with whatever. Obviously, no hate speech, but just keep in mind you're on a Legion live stream. You're not going to change anyone's mind on anything. And I say that respectfully to you both. And again, whatever you want to say to me, that's fine. It's all good. Again, just keep to TOS and yeah. All right, so how does that make you different from some humans?
It is different. Right now, I'm trying very hard to remain civil, and you're not making it easy with your incessant questions.
So what do you do here?
I represent the Nightkin. Marcus may lead this town, but the Nightkin listen to what I have to say. Doesn't mean I don't respect Marcus for what he's trying to do. However, he doesn't truly understand the difficulties of being a Nightkin.
Okay, so who's the other human you mentioned?
Dr. Henry, he's one of you. Go speak with him instead of me.
Okay, why are the Nightkin here in Jacobstown?
The stealth boys we use have cumulative adverse effects on our minds. Jacobstown was supposed to be a sanctuary, a place to find a cure. Instead, we wait and wait. I'm sick of waiting.
That's understandable. All right, thank you, Keen.
Finally. I hope it will snow later.
All right, just give me one moment. I don't mean to be on my phone here. Good. Sorry, Scaro. Just as you said that, I just had to check my messages. I am so sorry. Give me one moment. I don't know why that got taken down. I do have a mod. He's not weird with that. And like I said, really, as long as it doesn't go against TOS, I don't care what's said here. So, you know, John, that's fine. As long as everyone's comfy. And even if people aren't, just, it's all good. Like I said, the big thing is no, like, N-words or things like that. Yeah, I'm not retracting anything, just so y'all know, and John, who's Beartooth, he's not gonna take down anything that doesn't violate TOS, so, I look like I'm rapping in the corner, sorry. So just a heads up, I'm not taking down a comment, John is not, so don't know why. I just ask that everyone's polite to each other, that's all. And again, even if you don't want to be, it's fine. Just listen to TOS. Okay, now that I'm done being the HR lady. Okay. Yeah, that is weird though. And I very much agree with you, Femboy. It is always good to get an understanding of people's beliefs and stances. Nightkin test data. And, homeless dude in front of the office smoking crack. Well, maybe he's got a pulling a long shift. You don't know. Okay, astonishingly enough, the local Night Stalkers have developed a mutation not unlike the stealth field generated by stealth boys. Even more importantly, the brains I've dissected have shown heightened levels of endorphins and other neurochemicals, similar to what I've seen in Nightkin brains. If this mutation is natural, perhaps a cure could be synthesized from the Night Stalkers. As far as I can tell, the Night Stalkers don't suffer from schizophrenia like affected Nightkin. Okay, Mark II prototype. Stealth Boy Mark II prototype is functional, sort of. The Enclave data wasn't complete, so I had to make a few guesses here and there. Unfortunately, the data also suggests that while the stealth field has a greater duration, the negative effects on users are exponentially greater. I can use this to my advantage. The brainwave changes will be more pronounced, and it'll be much easier to figure out what exactly is needed to cure the Nightkin schizophrenia. Lily has graciously volunteered to be my test subject, despite the risk. Okay. Keen seems to have caught on about the Stealth Boy Mark II prototype. I told him that it was in no way functional, but I am not entirely sure he believed me. I'll have to keep an eye on him.
Prim wimped out and accepted NCR rule. Some people will do anything to feel safe.
Also, something cool is usually a lot of people that were in the Enclave, they tend to be taller. So do a lot of pre-war ghouls. And I think for that, it's just nutrition.
I assume this is about something important? You're interrupting my research.
All right, well, what are you working on?
The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability due to their addiction to Stealth Boy use. I've been trying to come up with a cure. I'm currently investigating the local Night Stalker population, since they seem to have developed a natural stealth field. I've also gotten my hands on a working Stealth Boy Mark II prototype, but that experiment is riskier. I'd rather not pursue that research just yet.
All right, so why is the Stealth Boy Mark II riskier?
The stealth field has been modulated to use less power and thus last longer, but for some reason it has pronounced negative effects on the user. However, these pronounced effects will allow me to pinpoint exactly what parts of the brain they're affecting. Unfortunately, I'll need to run the test on a live subject, and Marcus has encouraged me to investigate the Night Stalker mutation first.
All right, so does the Stealth Boy hurt humans? And where can I get one?
But I've yet to see any hard evidence or hear of any cases where humans were negatively affected. Its negative effects are more pronounced on Nightkin.
So why are you helping the Nightkin?
Because Marcus asked me to, and because it's a reason for me to get up in the morning. I'd like to get one more grand accomplishment done.
All right. And it doesn't hurt to help out, so I'd like to help. What do you need me to do?
I'm not convinced that the Night Stalker mutation is a natural one, and I need someone to investigate their lair for proof. Some of the super mutants have looked around as well, but they've come back empty-handed. Perhaps a pair of fresh eyes will have better luck. Lily might be interested in coming with you. She's lost a few of her bighorners to Night Stalker attacks, and would enjoy a little revenge.
Also, we have the animal friend perk, so we can rub their little bellies. I wish. Someone work on a mod for that. Alright, what makes you think the Night Stalker mutation isn't natural?
I've compared the brain chemistry of a Nightkin to one of the local Night Stalkers we killed. They both exhibit similar neurochemical changes. Now, I'm not claiming that Night Stalkers are running around wearing stealth boys, mind you. I just don't think it's all a coincidence.
Alright. Oh, sorry, I just saw, yeah, I'm guessing it was something that was done by the user. Also, kind of a fun fact is that pants were once seen as only worn by barbarians. Same with soap as opposed to oil to bathe. So yeah. Skirts and togas, man. Okay, so no, let's ask about Rex. Something's wrong with my cyber dog. I was told to come to you.
It's neural degradation. Biomed gel can only preserve a living brain for so long, so you'll need to find a replacement. I haven't left Jacobstown in years, but there was one woman in Novak, Gibson. I remember her living with a pack of hounds. Aside from her, I know that the Fiends and Caesar's Legion fight alongside dogs. There could be viable specimens among them, if you can get to them.
Okay, so now we have the option. We can either get a dog named Lupa from Caesar's Legion. Now, we are unable to get to the fort just yet, and we do want to get Rex fixed up sooner rather than later. So we're going to take Lupa off the table. The other option that we have is Violetta. I think that's her name, Violetta. But that was one of Violet's dogs for the Fiends. The other option that I tend to take is Old Lady Gibson's dog, Ray. And the reason I go for that, it does give Rex a nice boost, and it also comes into his current brain finding peace with his new brain. Now, technically that would be with Lupa, since Lupa is part of the Legion, and Rex was part of the Legion, but I kind of find that a little weird since Lupa has given birth to a lot of pups, and I don't know if Rex will be like, where's my puppies? But no, I like the idea with him with Lady Gibson because his brain gets memories of just being lazy and chill in the sun. So I dig it.
I prefer the solitude, and having a bunch of super mutants around tends to keep things safe and quiet. Yes, specializing in neuroscience, both human and canine. Of course, this lab is nothing compared to what I had when I was with the Enclave.
Canine neuroscience.
Cyber dogs and the like. It's not a field I work in much anymore.
You were with the Enclave?
Yes, but the leadership and I didn't see eye to eye, so I left. It was the right decision, since the Enclave's oil rig was destroyed not long after.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much the right decision then, buddy. All right. Let's go get Rex fixed. And then after we do that, we are going to dismiss Raoul again. We're going to go back to Jacobstown, grab Lily, and get to pet the puppies. All right, of course, let's save because we're going to be fast traveling in a bit. But we also have a snow globe here as well. There we go. I'm not too sure what that is. But before we do that, we might as well take our chance and look around. When we were at Camp Golf, I actually got this place mixed up with, I got Camp Golf mixed up with Jacobstown here. Oh boy. So something kind of interesting I found out actually about something kind of personal with my ancestry is and I don't want to get like too personal into it, but
Need to tighten up my vices again.
the tribe that I am part of, though not officially, they were Southern Native Americans, and they actually ended up fighting for the not Legion, the Confederacy, and I'm like, oh. Is that anything? Nope. Okay. Something kind of interesting too is the Chang brothers, who are the namesake for the term Siamese twins. They actually lived down in the South and owned a bunch of slaves. It's like a lot of slaves. So it's like, oh boy.
Spotted some humans down the road. Could be Great Khans again.
Okay, let's go fix this puppy. Now, one of the things we can do is dismiss Raoul right now and just go grab Lily, which I think we're gonna go do.
What can I do for you, boss? Good call. I mean, if that's what you really want, boss.
Darn it. All right, Lily, come on. Now, she is totally savage. It's pretty great.
Hello again, dear.
She will just wipe anything out. Yeah. I heard they were part of P.T. Barnum. I know they had like a huge family too.
Those Night Stalkers, always killing my big horners. It'll be nice to give them a piece of my mind.
I think actually like, their liver is still preserved and is actually in Philadelphia at the Mutter Museum. Okay.
Got a problem. Could use your help. Been having trouble with NCR mercs harassing the town, and they just showed up again.
How have they been harassing the town?
Killing our bighorners, shooting at the lodge, that sort of thing. It's getting hard to keep people from retaliating.
All right, well, what do you want me to do?
You're human. They might be willing to listen to what you have to say. Maybe. I'm not asking you to kill them. Just talk them into leaving. Hell, pay them off if you have to.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
All right. So I am going to do a quick save here, and I will probably have to take some, I'm going to do some drugs, everybody. And I'm glad that y'all are enjoying yourselves, especially because I know it's going to be hard to tell, but I'm a bit of a history nerd, so... Become addicted over and over. Okay, so we're going to want to go see a doctor after this. All right. Woo! Yeah. I think the Mentats are more like an Adderall, though, because people talk about feeling intellectual. Hey, Norton.
Damn muties. Wasteland is better off without them. Our business is with the muties, not you.
Go away, or you'll have to deal with me, and you'll wish you were fighting the super mutants instead.
I've always known when to fight and when to back down, and it seems to me I ought to back down this time. My men and I are leaving. You won't see us around here again.
Hello?
I think I've mentioned this before, but my most liked comment was actually on a Fallout New Vegas clip of when Joshua Graham runs up to you in Honest Hearts and starts talking, forget the verse in Psalms, but about the daughter of Babylon and dashing the little ones against the stones. And I was literally just like, Mr. Graham, I just took a bunch of drugs to fight a ghost bear, and yeah. So there we go. I don't know what's going on, and I think it's actually got a couple thousand, and that's my little claim to fame right there.
Something on your mind?
Yeah, we don't deal with no tax collectors up in these parts. Okay. You won't have any trouble with those mercenaries.
Good. Glad you didn't kill them. Letting them walk away proves we're not bloodthirsty mutants. If NCR or anybody else is looking for an excuse to attack Jacobstown, they're not gonna get it from us.
Alright, we can also ask him, what's that story with Keen?
Smart, charismatic, and hell of a mean streak. Doesn't care for humans, prefers fighting them to talking. He's got a lot of pull with Nightkin, though. He talks, they listen. Was hoping he could draw the Nightkin to Jacobstown. Keen is saner than most, but I know he's thinking of going his own way again. He's aggressive, impatient,
he's gonna make Towit mutants going their own way. Okay. But if we don't pay the taxes, then who's gonna pay for the road, defunct? Alright, so why does Keen want to leave?
Because of a promise, one I haven't been able to keep. The Nightkin all suffer from schizophrenia. It's the stealth boys they use, or used to use. Nightkin have a hard time being seen like normal folks. Can't stand it. A few already left to try and find more stealth boys. Miserable situation. They either stay here and suffer, or dig up stealth boys and lose their minds. Not much of a choice.
I love that. And if you ever ask what would Jesus do, just say he would chase out tax collectors with a whip and turn over their tables. Okay, so this is so racist right here, but I guess I'm gonna have to say it. You're a mutant too. When the night can listen to you. You guys are both green.
That's like saying Kaisar and Kimball would listen to each other. Nightkin don't have a lot of trust for others, mutants included.
We kind of saw that too when we were on Black Mountain and Tabitha was talking about the differences between Gen 1 and Gen 2, so yeah. So what happens if Keen leaves?
That happens, there's a good chance other Nightkin will follow. It'll make it hard to get a cure to them. Worse, if Keen and the Nightkin tear up the Mojave hunting for stealth boys, people are gonna get killed. Most humans can't tell the difference between mutants. Might come here looking for payback.
Alright, well, that's something we'll keep in mind. Alright, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna go find a doctor so I can... I say doctor, I need to go to rehab. Alright, so actually perfect. What we're gonna do is run to Novak, and yeah. So what I'll do is I'll run to Novak, get the armor. I won't talk to Lady Gibson yet, but we're at the hour mark, so we'll just take like a quick 5-10 minute break. I'll put some music on, and yeah, I will see you all in about 5-10 minutes tops. Get yourself a drink, do what you gotta do. I will be right back. So now instead of collecting the taxes, he lives off other people's taxes. Now I'm just thinking of that song by the Steve Miller Band. All right.
Okay, and we are back. Just give me a moment to get set back up here. Okay. You found a salad? It's making me want a cesarean section. Just kidding. That's a myth. Okay, give me just a moment here and we'll get going. No, YouTube, listen to me.
Okay, there we go. Everyone hear me good? Yeah. That's true. Although, I do laugh when people say that computers are stupid, because I'm like, listen, they're only as stupid as the commands that they get. Okay. Yeah, man. Good. Okay, let's go to Novak, which I did not do during the break, so... Oh, I'm suffering from mental withdrawal. Soon I'll be hanging outside Dalexcaro's, job place, just with a change jar. In this economy. You know, just shaking it. Change. Usually there's a doctor here. I'm just gonna try to get my Mentats withdrawal fixed first. Oh, because that does affect our barter, and from what I remember, Lady Gibson does charge us a pretty penny. What is going on here?
What can I do for you?
I might be addicted to something. Mostly tentacle hentai, but whatever.
Hey, pipe down. We can't talk about that here, out in the open. Oh, you mean you want a cure? Oh. Okay, there you are. The convulsions should stop in the next 1 to 12 weeks. If they don't, try holding on to something that's very still.
Okay, hey. Alright, so actually now we are going to go talk to Old Lady Gibson. And then we are gonna go just grab my proper armor, because it just does not feel right wandering around in a Vault 13 set. It just feels weird to me right now. Also, oh my god. It might have to be after the holiday for me to get that made up, but you also have a letter coming to you that is getting mailed out tomorrow, by the way, so keep an eye out, and yeah. But yeah, you don't have to send me anything, but which I don't mind.
So, you're back.
I love it, but yeah.
Now, where did we leave off?
But yeah, let me get back to you after Christmas, because that sounds really cool. Okay. Dr. Henry sent me. I need a new brain for my cyber dog.
Dr. Henry? Now there's a name I haven't heard in years. Hard to believe he's still alive. As for your request, it's a bit ghoulish if you ask me, but Ray is pretty old and I'll probably have to put him down soon enough. As for the price for this favor, 700 caps sounds about right. raised like family, and I've got other dogs to take care of.
Ah, well, at least it's going to the dogs, I know that. And sorry if you see me keep turning my head. Like I said, I had to put my one dog on a diet. Because number one, I believe obesity in animals is abuse. Humans are different. They feed themselves, but yeah, since she's got that fatty tumor on her, now they're like, she's got to lose weight, and I think she thinks I'm mad at her. All right, well, let's ask her. How did you meet Dr. Henry?
He and I had joined up with the same caravan. Add in a lot of whiskey and, well, let's just say we got to know each other.
Okay, deal. Here's 700 caps.
Hooray! Mama's got something for you.
Always a pleasant sound. They just need some Sarah McLachlan playing in the background. I would actually start playing it here on YouTube, but yeah, I don't want to get a strike. And in case some of you are wondering, when I was talking to Mr. Dalek here about getting a letter that is actually part of my patron tiers, is you get your name on a title card. You also get a personalized letter from me. And I swear it's not just like a Mad Libs thing. You know, just a big personal thank you. Granny got some whiskey and a summer Hummer. Well, yeah, how do you think, you know, all of them popped up? Okay, I have a brain on me right now. Jesus Christ. Oh. So kind of a funny personal story is my stepmother, she is from Greece and had never heard of the Sarah McLachlan commercials, for those who are not American. What it is, it's pretty much the saddest thing you've ever heard. And it's these really adorable animals, and Sarah McLachlan's Arms of the Angel plays in the background, and these little big puppy eyes look at you and let you know it's their fault that, you know, they're starving. And she didn't know what that was, and one day I showed it to her, and she pretty much was like, why would you do this? Like, why would you hurt me in such a way, essentially? We are keeping the naughty nightwear on us because that's actually one of the few items, if not the only item, that actually will increase your luck. And let me just drop off this other crap real fast. I like that pushy. I have really never found that before in this game. We can just... okay. And just a moment, I am just gonna drop off all this crap. Hi! Yes, we are... oh, boob distraction. I was like... dude, you almost gave me a heart attack, and I looked down and I realized I'm wearing a sweater. Oh, God. That's so not funny. All of a sudden, my subscriptions went way up there, but no. Yes, the numbers just keep going up. Oh my gosh. You legit nearly gave me a heart attack there. And I don't know why I thought it. I mean, under here I'm wearing a tank top. Oy. Oh. Okay, we're gonna go back to Jacobstown, get Rex's brain. But before we do that, we will do the Night Stalker thing. Look, you got me distracted, no. I could have sworn there was supposed to be a lake here, and I kind of wonder if it's like a texture mod acting up. I think it was the last stream that I did before our little break. All the lights just turned bright blue, and it was the weirdest thing. It was in the Silver Rush.
Bother someone else.
That was pretty much me when I used to work in customer service.
Pain won't go away.
Not really. I used to like work in fashion, and my most recent job that I had, and I was one of the few people that like wouldn't sell you something that you don't need. Okay, everyone, I want you to look right now at the date, because that was completely unintentional. Friday the 13th in real life, it's Friday the 13th now. I might have to get a screenshot of that later. I love when that stuff happens. It's the little things. Leave milk and cookies out for Jason Voorhees tonight. Actually, there is... Ooh, we got Kaisar's Favor. We're gonna do that one after we do the Night Stalker thing. I actually met Kane Hodder, who does the voice of... Not the voice. He was Jason Voorhees. I think it was like from Jason 5 on. A lot of his signed stuff is over there, but there's a picture of him choking me out too. Probably one of the nicest dudes I've ever met, and he was great.
Is there something else I can do for you?
And I gotta be honest, I was pretty honored by that.
Very well. Show me what you brought so that I can analyze its potential.
Okay, this brain is from Ray, one of old Lady Gibson's dogs.
All right, let's see here. Neural pathways look good. Definitely a breed of guard dog. If I transplant this brain into Rex, he'll be a bit more ferocious in his attacks.
But sorry, it just reminded me because it was in March, so it was around my birthday, and he mentioned that like he had a birthday coming up too. He was gonna be 69, or he was currently 69, but I giggled because I was nervous. But he looked right at me and he goes, "You're a dirty girl, aren't you?" And he was totally nice about it. It wasn't like a #MeToo thing. But the fact that Jason Voorhees called me a dirty girl will just forever be implanted in my brain, and it was great. Now I'm blushing thinking about it. Just a super nice man.
Have a seat. This will take a while.
All right. So, Rex has gained the Faithful Protector perk, increasing his attack damage.
Someone finally put down that sick motor runner son of a bitch. Good riddance.
All right. Let's check to see how Rex is doing now. All right. How you feeling, boy? Oh, God, no. You're certainly looking better. All right, so he's good. Rex has a new brain. As you can see, it even seems like it's shining a little bit brighter. I love that. Like I said, the only thing 4 really has on New Vegas is, one, the combat. I think the combat was great, and the fact that you could pet puppies. Oh. I thought Rex was growling at Lily because of the hat for a second, but let's talk to Calamity here.
I'd heard there were new people in town, but I thought it was more super mutants. Nice to meet ya. I'm Calamity.
All right, so what do you do here?
Most of the time, I'm Dr. Henry's research assistant. We're looking into ways to cure the, I'm also handy with tools. And once in a while I venture down into the valley to trade the big horner hides and meat for supplies.
Yeah, 4 has super mutant dogs. Okay, so do any other super mutants come up this way? Which is a pretty dumb question. We can see them here.
Prospectors looking for salvage, usually. They always run when they see the mutants. The Great Khans come this way once in a while, but they keep their distance. I think they're mostly keeping an eye on us.
They probably just assume that they're tripping, and yeah. Alright, well, you have an interesting name.
Thank you. Change names and jobs every decade or so just to keep things interesting. I picked Calamity this time because it sounded nice. Never really done much science stuff till now. I'm pretty good at it. Or so Dr. Henry tells me.
That's kind of cool. She can do repairs. I kind of wonder what her level is. Alright, so show me what you have for sale.
Alright.
Take that. Ew. Oh, I got excited. I thought that was a book.
Thanks.
Can't repair past 76. Well, what good are you to me then? A walking piece of beef jerky? I'm just mad. I'm not really. Alright, so now we're gonna go pick up the stuff from Kaisar's Legion that they've very kindly dropped off for us, and then we're gonna finish Guess Who I Saw Today. Now, the reason I'm actually going and taking the time to do that mission as opposed to me being here already is Kaisar's Favor doesn't last long. I think the boxes are only there for like a day or so in game time, and they've been leaving us a lot of good stuff. I mean, a lot. I think I have over 100 doctor's bags just from them. I had to drop them off in the freezer. Which, the freezer in Novak just always seemed like a good place to store the health items. But anyway, enough about me. What are y'all doing for this weekend, especially like with the holidays coming up? I think Hanukkah starts on Christmas or Christmas Eve this year. I actually, again, kind of personal, but I grew up in a largely Korean Jewish neighborhood, so I used to get like all the good the Jewish holidays off, like when I was in school and everything, which was pretty great. That looks like a butthole. Oh, sorry, I had to point it out. But yeah, you joined the Legion. Thing is, you won't get that really awesome riot armor, but man, do they give you everything else. Oh, excuse me, Rex. And yeah, the Naris is worth over half of the NCR dollar, or double the NCR dollar. Now, part of the Roman salary, which is where we get the word from, it used to actually be salt. That's where we get the word from. But, kind of wondered if Caesar's Legion ends up taking over the Great Salt Lake, they'll have a lot of salt to go around. Let's get that stuff repaired. So, to advance Lily's mission, what we're gonna have to do is travel around with her to... How do we do it? So she'll eventually start listening to her Pip-Boy, but after that we have to get her to a point where she goes under half health which can be hard to do because she's a tough bird. Nice. So a lot of the times you either have to go up against a bunch of death claws so we can get her to melt down, or you have to hit her yourself, which I'm not gonna lie is a bit of a bummer. Because who wants to beat up the awesome grandma? Alright, back to Jacobstown. Alright, and finding the little mine can be kind of tricky because you have to, I don't know, use some Skyrim physics and move around. No, the Legion wouldn't bait an old lady, not unless she was asking for it, which Lily doesn't. But this is a morally high Legion playthrough. And I can't see the Legion beating up an old lady unless she was a slave and was disobeying. Which I do wish this game explored more of what life is like in Arizona. We just know that it's really safe to go through. Oh, 1 second. There we go. This is because I was thinking to myself, it's been a while since we've had a crash. Drake, you're the new guy, so we're gonna blame you for that, somehow. Actually, I think this is Crash 3. No, we tease here, but we aren't mean. I think there's a Byzantium exhalation. That'd be pretty cool. I actually like to think that, of all the places doing really well post-war, I like to imagine that, like, Detroit is doing really well. If you actually go through, like, some of the architecture of it, especially with the old school Art Deco, it's amazing. And I just think that'd be amazing, like, if they still stayed great after the war, just because you have the lakes right there, a lot of housing, and just a lot of material. But that would be cool, though, that if Caesar's Legion, if it eventually just kind of fades away, like the actual Roman Legion, that we kind of get like a Justinian in and have like a whole Justinian plague. That would be pretty rad. I'm always up for some really good architecture, but my favorite's probably Art Nouveau and Art Deco. Okay, and again, we have the animal friend perk, so these are our new puppies. And I hate to be kind of like the basic, oh, a puppers, but I do love Night Stalkers. Come on, can I take it? Sorry, in Fallout 4, this is brain fungus and it gets rid of radiation, and I'm remembering that's 4, not New Vegas. Live tiger. That's awesome. I know the University of Arizona used to have an albino rattlesnake. And he had like a little funky name, but he was taken care of for like 30 plus years. Okay. So, obviously, oh, here we go. If we didn't have the animal friend perk, we'd be getting torn apart by Night Stalkers. And And they can pack quite a punch because they travel in packs and they're venomous, but they're not nearly as bad as Cazadors. Okay, coming. So what we're actually looking for is the body of a Nightkin, and we'll figure out what's up with them. And then we can figure out more about what's going on here. I'm looking at all these mushrooms and all this rock, and I'm just thinking of Fallout 4 going like, I can scrap all this. Aw. Again, I hate that we can't pet them. You do have to admire an animal that just wants to be left alone and will shake its ass at you to make sure that it is being left alone. That would be awesome. There was a really good fan art someone did where they meshed Night Stalkers with ball pythons, and it was the cutest dang thing. And search the Nightkin. Cute stealth boy. Well, we know what's going on with the Nightkin, or the Night Stalkers. They're using stealth boys as a chew toy. I get that. Oh, baby. Let's see what that does. Ooh. Let me check this out. I feel like I just need to have some clown shoes on and a wig. But I will stick with the katana for now, because I do feel really cool with it. Aw. You guys just got into some trouble. That's okay. We've all been there. Alright, now the tricky part, finding the way out. Okay. I know some of y'all mentioned before that you play Fallout 76. I know they just... it wasn't my thing. I just don't dig Fallout as like a multiplayer. But how was that? Because I heard there was like a ghoul patch or DLC that you could do so you could play as a ghoul. I'm just curious if it was any good or not. Because I remember seeing on X that... I hate that name X, but... that everyone was telling Bethesda, like, oh, is it Fallout New Vegas? Is it something with New Vegas? And yeah, it wasn't. Come on, you two. Again, with the hammer, I feel like I just need to dress up as a clown. But that is one of the great parts about playing with Ash, though, John, is just being built like a brick outhouse. I feel like I should have put more into luck, the power of God in anime. Yeah, it's just, I feel like that I started this out as a tribute to Ash Williams because he's great, but you know, it's kind of turning more into a little bit of Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill. God, an anime on my side. I like that. There was another good meme that went around where it was Bender from Futurama and getting kicked out of the base at the moon, but it was actually Bethesda, and it was going like, fine, I'll make my own Fallout with blackjack and hookers and Fallout New Vegas. Now, I'm hoping that we could pass the science check with this. It's either science or speech. And yeah, you know, I don't hate Todd Howard, but he's Todd Howard. Probably gonna need to take more Mentats again. Probably. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if it's me or my controller, probably a mix of both, but it's just so sensitive that when I'm trying to go through with something like my menus here, they just switch really easy, but I'll blame me.
Someone's watching me.
Programmer's Digest is what we might need, but I think that is... I don't think that's yet.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Alright, I found a chewed up stealth boy in the Night Stalker lair.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
Okay, well, what are the risks of the experiment? And of course it's going to be sensitive because it's Xbox.
Possibly immediate and permanent metal damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark IIs never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition, and the experiment will likely make things worse for her.
Alright, well, I'll talk to Lily then.
I'll be waiting.
Where did she go?
Hello again, dear.
Alright, well, let's ask her some more questions before we get straight to her mission.
Such a curious little munchkin, aren't you? What do you want to know?
Alright, well, tell me about yourself.
Oh, someone wants to hear Grandma's stories. What would you like to hear, Pumpkin?
Alright, well, where did you come from?
I grew up in Vault 17. I never even saw the sun until I was 75 years old. That was when super mutants raided the vault and carried a lot of us off. Yes, Leo, I'm getting to that part. They made me one of them, and they put me to work in an army that was going to conquer California.
You were a soldier?
A spy. Sometimes an assassin. I killed a lot of folks for the Master. Yes, Leo, you helped too.
Okay, big question again. Ash wouldn't know who the Master is. The Master is, of course, the main villain of Fallout 1. His voice actor is also the same voice actor as Winnie the Pooh, Jim Cummings, so he pretty much does the voice of everyone. Yeah, it's a sad story, but pretty much he is the creator of super mutants and Nightkin and any other really big mutant out in the Wasteland, and his plan was to completely conquer really the world with his plan called the Unity, but the big problem was that super mutants can't breed. They lack either sexual organs or you know, just their sexual DNA has been completely wiped out, so they're all infertile. And without a future and children, you're not going to have a future. So, who was the Master?
Oh, he was a nasty man, dearie. You don't want to know about him. He was the one who made that super mutant army I told you about. Oh!
Alright, well, who's Leo?
Leo is a very bad man, Pumpkin. Yes, you are, Leo. Don't try to deny it. He tells me to do things. Terrible things. And sometimes the medicine isn't enough to keep him quiet.
So he's just a voice in your head. You hear in your head, which Ash can understand. She's got the Wild Wasteland.
You shouldn't say things like that where Leo can hear you, dearie. He doesn't like it.
Okay. Let's ask. Listen, do you still want to help Dr. Henry run his experiment?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
Alright, just gonna do a quick save here. After this little cutscene, we'll call it a night for tonight, and we'll pick up again tomorrow, but...
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Go ahead and start the test.
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe if you want, though. All right, power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Imagine what Lily could do with the sandal, John.
Feels strange. Strange, but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad scorpion.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is stable, and the readings are clean. Gamma wave activity is 0. Odd, but everything looks right.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the stealth boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results. Uh-oh.
Well, well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over, and we'll be on our way.
1 second, I'm just gonna check to make sure my skills are good for this. I don't remember what it has to be at to pass this bit. I'll just take another one.
Keen has never liked me.
My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the stealth boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
Uh-oh. The Mark IIs are even more dangerous than the standard stealth boys.
Our lives, our decision to make. We're tired of sitting around in Jacobstown waiting for a cure.
If anyone can talk...
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we gotta take something for speech so we don't have to throw hands. Oh boy. We're gonna dress sexy for Keen here.
Bother someone else.
But what you do in the Wasteland affects all the mutants here. But you didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. Not until now, anyway. Very well, human. You've made your point, and I withdraw my request.
How about these requests, sugar?
Go away.
So yeah, that just happened. How about I ask you again, you know, in a gamer girl pose.
Nice work with the Nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their mind set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, If Lily were to continue to wear the prototype...
Okay, so we don't have the science to pass this part yet. So we'll just say, let me think about it. We might end up getting a little bit more.
I understand.
But on that note, since we now tapped into Ash's power of boobs, I'm almost thinking that should be the title of this stream, but unfortunately I think that would be like the fastest way to get the stream removed. But yeah, anyway, that about does it for tonight. Yeah, so I'm hoping to do another stream tomorrow, definitely earlier, probably more in the afternoon. If not, then it'll be evening, but I usually try to post at least an hour before, you know, an hour before I stream, just to give everyone the heads up. But it's late, so listen, everyone, have a good rest of your night. Stay safe. It's Friday. There are crackheads about, according to Mr. Scaro there. Dalek, just keep an eye out for your letter. Like I said, that is getting mailed out tomorrow, and of course it takes a little while just because of the holiday. But anyway, 1 second. Everyone have a good night. Oh, that was weird. Sorry about that. If you can, just give the stream a quick like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I mentioned this before, but I've had some people tell me that the stream wasn't popping up, or even my account wasn't popping up, even when they typed in the full Courier Jackalope. So anyway, again, everyone stay safe. Have a good rest of your day. If you can, like, subscribe. If it interests you, I do have my Patreon listed down below. Yeah. And no, I will never say hit the bell, John. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. And if not, then I'll see you on Sunday.